Hey chickies, okay, today we are doing a how to paint your nails like a pro, scratch that, normal person, because we're all normal people. Let's get into it. I really hope you like it. Okay, now the first step to painting your nails like a normal person or a pro, or both, is to use a base coat. I use Nail Envy by OPI, but you can use any kind of base coat you like, peel off base coat, or whatever you like. The reason why we do that is a couple of different things. Firstly, to protect our nails. It does somewhat protect you from staining. Not a lot, but it does somewhat protect that. Also, another thing that I find, I use 2 coats of Nail Envy every time I use it. The reason I do that is I have these teeny weeny little ridges on the surface of my nails, and I don't know why. Could be any one of a number of reasons. I haven't googled it because I can't be bothered, but anyway, so I generally use 2 coats, and that gives me a lovely smooth surface which to paint on. So I'm going to be using OPI's Alpine Snow to do the painting. That's the colour I've chosen because I love this white polish. 2 thin coats and you're all done. Now you're also going to need a cleanup brush. You've seen my cleanup brush plenty of times. I've had quite a few actual questions about it recently though, so I just thought I'd let you know exactly what it is again. It's the Royal Majestic brush 4160, and it's in the size 1/4. They do come in a much bigger size, which is the 3/8, and I'll show you that in a minute, but this is my favorite one. I bought it from a local craft store called Spotlight. It was $3 each, so I bought a bunch of them. Now once when I went back and to the same craft store, I bought another one in the same range, but it was a lot bigger, and it's the 3/8. That's this one here. I haven't even taken it out of the packaging yet because I haven't needed to. It has the same sort of, it's kind of like firm, but it's not flimsy at all. I did find these ones as well, the J. Burrows Angle Shader Tack Blonde, I don't know what that means anyway. They were a little bit more flexible, and so therefore I didn't think they'd end up being really great. I didn't figure it out until I got them home, but they were really cheap, like $2 each. So I just like having them in my kit so that I've got something just in case. But I'll probably never use them, to be honest. Might give them to my kids to play with. But an angled brush I think works the best. I have used a couple of square brushes that have worked alright. I've never found a rounded brush that worked any good. So, yeah. I used to use a Revlon angled eyeshadow brush for years until they stopped making it. But, yeah, this is the one that I really, really love. This Royal Majestic brush. Okay, so let's get painting. Now, you don't want to have too much on your brush, but you don't want to have too little on your brush as well. So I tend to sort of go around. Now this is for my ring finger or my middle nail or my index nail. My pinky, I would have less polish on the brush for that one. It's around a little over, or maybe a little over 3/4 of the brush filled with polish. And it's just basically down the middle straight away, and then down each side, and sometimes I do stuff everything up and go over what I've already done while it's still wet, because sometimes I get impatient. But as you can see, the general rule is put the brush about almost to the very almost to your actual cuticle line, push up, but never try not to get to the cuticle line, and then bring the brush back down all the way to the tip of your nail. Now it's also really important to cap the free edge, and by that I mean run the brush gently, very gently, right across the edge of the tip of your nail. I highly recommend capping the free edge on your first coat, and you should actually in fact cap the free edge on with every single thing: your base coat, your colors, and your top coat. Cap the free edge, and what that will do is it'll lessen the chance of chipping and also prolong the life of your manicure as well. I've learnt that. Now, let me just precursor all of this advice I'm giving to you by saying I am not a professional. I have never been to school to learn how to do nails. all of my experience, or all of my knowledge has come just from my experience. So yeah, that's really important that you know that. Next, it is time for cleanup. Now, I use my non-acetone remover. I've shown that to you in previous videos, which I will link above, right around about here. This is just like an old pump action thingamajigamy. Oh, and here, I decided to show it to you anyway, is my non-acetone remover, which I buy from beautyworld.com.au here in Australia. Now, as you can see, I have not created too much of a mess on this particular painting, which I'm quite proud of myself, because sometimes I get a little bit lazy and maybe don't pay enough attention and make a bit of a mess, but I quite like the process of cleaning up. So it's not a big deal for me. And a lot of people, and years ago I might have thought that painting didn't require any cleanup, but over the years I've gotten a little bit OCD about it and really want to have lovely crisp lines, and with a white nail you obviously have to do a really good job of cleaning up, but this is where a good cleanup brush is going to come in handy. And this is why I mentioned the stiffness of the brush. You don't want it to be too flexible, but you don't want it to be too stiff either, otherwise you can end up with awful mess. This really does take practice and patience, and once you get it, you won't be able to just paint your nails and leave the house. You'll have to do cleanup as well. So for anybody who's in a hurry and stops to clean up their nails and then's late for work or school or whatever, I apologize in advance. Now, once all of your cleanup is completely done and your nail is either almost dry or all the way dry, if you're using Seche Vite, it can be almost dry, or anything else, it probably should be all the way dry. You can then seal it all in with a good quality top coat. Of course, I am using Seche Vite as per usual. Of course I am. I love this stuff. It's just fabulous. Anyway, so I'm just doing a top coat because I'm actually going to do some nail art for you in this video too, because I think if I do a how-to, I have to, like a, what's that, tip kind of video, I have to do nail art as well. So I'm definitely doing this, which is a gradient stamping, which I love doing. It's kind of fun. Okay, so before the stamping, we're going to be using some Simply Peel liquid latex to protect the skin around our nails. That is from Bliss Kiss, and the details will be in the description box down below as per usual. So the stamping plate that I'll be using today is from Fab Ur Nails, and that is Fun Plate 20. The image that I'm using is basically, it's almost like a love heart leopard print, and we're doing a gradient stamping with that. Now the polish I'm using is from the Mexican stamping polish that I've used on numerous occasions, and I always stuff up the pronunciation of that word, so I'm not even going to bother because I'm terrible at it. Now, as you can see, because I used the liquid latex to protect the skin around my nails, I've got virtually nothing to clean up. It's so lovely. And finally, once the stamping polish is completely dry, you can go ahead and seal it all in with your favourite top coat. Of course, I am using Seche Vite. Yeah, as per usual. Now on my pinky nail, I'm using Floss Gloss's Wet, which is the most dreamy shade of gorgeous minty colour. It's just beautiful. Now we're putting that over the white nail because that'll make that colour really bright and make it pop. And that's it for this one. I really hope you like it. I hope you found the painting your nails like a normal person informative. If it wasn't, oh well, maybe I'll have to do another one. Or maybe you could ask me questions. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I will do my very, very, very best to answer all of them. Anyway, thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, chickies. Oh, and thank you for subscribing, and thanks for that delicious thumbs up. Bye.